Imagine a country that keeps surprising the world. A country that people underestimate until they look closer. A country that, in 2025, just keeps winning. That country is Malaysia. And today, we're going to explore why Malaysia is winning again and again, whether it's in tourism, technology, culture, unity, or global influence. Spoiler alert, it's not luck. It's something much deeper. Before we go further, let me ask you something simple. When you think of Malaysia, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Food? Beautiful islands? Maybe skyscrapers? Well, today you're about to discover the Malaysia most people don't talk about, the Malaysia that's quietly building one of the most impressive success stories in Asia. Let's start with what shocks people first. In 2025, Malaysia became one of the region's top performers in tourism recovery. While many countries struggled after global slowdowns, Malaysia bounced back with record visitor satisfaction. Why? Because Malaysia didn't just sell destinations, they sold experiences. They used digital tourism campaigns, local storytelling, and upgraded infrastructure that actually benefited both tourists and locals. And the result? Massive. But here's the twist, this tourism boom became a catalyst for small businesses. People in local markets, homestays, hidden food stalls, ecotourism spots, they all started thriving. That's when the world began noticing that Malaysia doesn't just reopen. Malaysia rebuilds smarter. Quick checkpoint for you, if you've ever visited Malaysia, what was the one thing that made you say, wow? Think about it. It'll make the next part even stronger. Now let's talk about technology, because this is where Malaysia's story gets even more surprising. While many countries talk about digital transformation, Malaysia actually did it. In 2025, the country became a rising hub for AI development, green technology, and digital entrepreneurship. And here comes one of those plot twists, most of this innovation didn't come from giant corporations. It came from young Malaysians. Students, startups, small companies that used creativity and grit instead of huge budgets. Malaysia's digital economy expanded faster than expected, and suddenly global companies started choosing Malaysia as a preferred location. Why? Stability, talent, and a culture that mixes creativity with discipline. Here's a quick question to reset your attention. Do you think Malaysia is underrated? Or do you think the world is finally waking up to its strengths? Let's go deeper into that strength, unity. Malaysia's diversity isn't just something they show on posters. In 2025, it became one of Malaysia's strongest competitive advantages. Malays, Chinese, Indians, Sabahans, Sarawakians, each community added something unique, whether it's food, festivals, music, language, or business culture. While other countries argued about differences, Malaysia turned differences into power. Think about it, how many countries can celebrate multiple New Years, multiple cuisines, multiple heritages, and still call it harmony? This cultural richness didn't divide Malaysia. It made Malaysia magnetic. And here's something heartwarming, more foreigners living in Malaysia in 2025 say they feel at home compared to previous years. Not because of skyscrapers or malls, but because Malaysians are naturally warm, polite, and helpful. That human factor is something money can't buy. Mini hook time. What if I told you that one of the biggest reasons Malaysia keeps winning is actually its humility? While many nations work hard to show the world how great they are, Malaysia works hard to improve quietly. They're not loud about achievements. They're focused. And that's why the results speak louder than words. For example, Malaysia's education reforms in 2025 focused on real-world skills, coding, English proficiency, entrepreneurship, creativity. And suddenly you see a new generation rising, a generation that's confident, globally ready, but still rooted in Malaysian identity. Let me ask you, if you had to describe Malaysians in one word, what would it be? Friendly. Hardworking. Chill. Creative. Whatever word you choose, it surely reflects why this country keeps winning. But here's the biggest twist of all, Malaysia's wins in 2025 aren't happening in one sector, they're happening everywhere at once. Infrastructure upgrades. Global sports achievements. Stronger trade relationships. More international events hosted in Kuala Lumpur. Massive investments in Sabah and Sarawak. Rising global interest in Malaysian food, music, and films. Even Malaysia's reputation for safety and stability is improving globally. When you add all of this together, you start to see the bigger picture. Malaysia is stepping into a new era. And here's the emotional part: Malaysians themselves are starting to feel proud again. You can see it online, in conversations, in how people hype up local brands, local athletes, local creators. That collective confidence is powerful. It's the kind of confidence that pushes a country to the next level. Now let's end with a question that I think every Malaysian should ask: if Malaysia is already winning, how far can Malaysia go next? Because the truth is, Malaysia's greatest strength has always been its people, their kindness, their creativity, their resilience, their sense of balance. And in 2025, the world is finally seeing what Malaysians have known all along: when Malaysia rises, it rises with heart. If you enjoyed learning about Malaysia's journey, feel free to share your own Malaysian story in the comments. What makes you proud? What surprised you? What do you love most? Your perspective might inspire someone else watching this video. Malaysia keeps winning, and this is only the beginning.